Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Losers Bracket rematch. Complexity Gaming versus Animal Planet. Kyle versus Kit Trek. Winner goes on to play Optic in a best of 5 right after this. My god, what a game. And the only person I would want to spend it with would be Trouf. Trouf, how's it going?
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, he's still muted. Alright, he might be taking a bathroom break as well. I'm sure he'll be right back, though. We have some bans already going out. We got Shadow Shaman AA from Complexity. On the other side, we're going to have Tiny Lycan. So Lycan will finally get banned out in the first fave this game.
10 seconds
Not too shabby. Puck as well. So no supports banned by Animal Planet. Well, 2 supports from Cole. We'll see if they do get another one. It'll be interesting. Their big hero is Chen. I know a lot of people are banning Chen. Will Complexity give Aoi his Chen? That's a question. Looks like they will if they want to pick it up. No. See, first pick is going to be the Clockwork, so maybe we won't be seeing that Chen at all. Yo, what's up, Trouf?
Yo, what up? What's good?
Nothing. Did a sick-ass intro. I was like, I wouldn't want to spend it with anyone else but Trouf, and then I minimized you were still muted. I'm like, alright, cool. Fudge.
Give you the silent treatments. My bad. But I'm here.
You're
What's
here.
good?
Nothing. I mean, just some good games. Complexity, Animal Planet, no Chen ban. I mean, what are you expecting from the series?
Well, it's interesting because I was watching the series that they had before, and I think the first game was like Complexity was owning them, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
and
Complexity
I
owned
turned
game
it
1
off.
and game 2, yeah.
Yeah, and then I turned it off at one point because I had somewhere to go, but I was like, oh, well, they're going to take the series, and then... But Animal Planet ended up beating them, right? So this is kind of an interesting series, since they beat them last time.
Yeah, I thought Complexity... I would still call Complexity the heavy favorites in this matchup, even after losing 2-1. Like you said, yeah, the game 1 was Complexity beat them in like 22 minutes, and then game 2, they should have done that. And then somehow Ritsu got like a triple kill on Lone Druid and they just won the game.
Yeah, it was game 2 that I was watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. I think I left mid-game and I was just like, I think Complexity.
I did too. I was almost positive Complexity won at like 25 minutes and then, I mean, one in a million, it works, so. But then they got worked by Optic yesterday and here we are.
Yeah, Complexity is a weird team for me right now, and I feel like they've kind of been this way for a long time where they're kind of inconsistent. Like sometimes they'll look really, really good, and other times they just kind of shit the bed.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of been something haunting them for literally since the beginning. That just seems to be a common theme for them.
Yeah, it is. And now we see a Clockwork Brewmaster opening, and then a PL Sank. I noticed more teams have been picking cores in the first, whether it's Lycan, PL, and now even Brew or Puck. I don't know. Are those heroes just that good you can do that?
I think so, and they're also versatile. Like you can put, I've seen I think it was Optic, right, that have run a position 4 Brew. I can't remember if it was them or someone else.
Yep.
They're just kind of versatile heroes. I like the SF ban. First of all, I think SF is probably like top 5 heroes in the game right now. Second of all, when you're showing a clock, it's kind of a dead giveaway that you want that Shadow Fiend for the all the souls that you get.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sand King, we've seen a resurgence. I think Sand King, as a hero, benefited the most out of 6 bans coming out. Because, like, every other 4 hero, like, almost gets banned, it feels like, besides Sand. Usually Clockwork's banned, and then Sand King disappeared for a month, and now he's back to being first picked.
Also one of those heroes like you can run pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And he's just got a point stun. He works really well with heroes that have like lots of AoE but kind of need a little bit of a setup. Like Shadow Fiend is banned out, obviously, and I was gonna say Puck too, but Puck is also banned out. But those kind of heroes, Quap is actually really good with Sand King too, so maybe they pick up a Quap on Complexity. But
we've seen Omni Knight first, so I guess that probably ends up putting the Sand King in the roaming role. Omni Knight.
Right.
Now an instant Bane pick, and wow, that's a hero you see first banned a lot or first picked, but all the way to what, 6th pick?
Yeah, and right now they only have 1 counter to his Fiend script, and that's the stun from Sand King. So 1 stun right now on Complexity. Little worrisome too, considering the fact that you have a Brewmaster that can get basically a free ult off.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough. And we saw, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, was that? Wait, who did Optic play? It's Animal Planet when they picked the Brewmaster against the Lycan. That was great. They literally just threw him up every time. I was like, well, I guess that's counter to Lycan, a Brewmaster.
And then Cole played Vici, Jay, and they picked, what, Lycan like both games?
Yeah, they played it. Did they? Yeah, they did, because they did the
did.
Necrobook Hod game 1, and then the second game he went Armlet instead. Yeah.
Okay.
I like I'm not a big Lycan to me. He's like that hero. Like at 15 minutes, the guy's just unstoppable, right? You have a Hod book 3. Like all your supports are gonna get farmed because every tower's on the map. I don't know. That hero seems really good. I wouldn't say overpowered, maybe, but super good.
I think he's really strong, but I actually think there's a ton of counters to him. People just fail to realize them.
Give me
like,
2 of them.
Treant is a big one. Bat Rider is a good one. Legion Commander is a great one. I could just keep Troll is a good one. There's actually so many counters to him, but part of the problem is a lot of those counters aren't really in the meta right now. Like Treant sucks.
Yeah, I think we've seen it a few. I think Owie's played it in this tournament once. They lost.
Yeah, and he bought Meteor Hammer. But
I think Z-Freak did. Oh my god. Yeah, that was the game when he just split pushed his tree with a Meteor, which kind of worked in that game. But God, what is like if you're picking a tree to split push, you probably have bigger issues than a Meteor. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was rough. And now Enchantress, and that's so they're gonna have a. I guess it's gonna be a poor man's and it's Z-Freak on Enchantress and Kyle on Sand King then.
Yeah.
Alright. I know Kyle's been playing the roamers more, Slardar and all that.
Yeah, it's a bit different than you normally see, but I think it's okay. And he always seems to get some, like, a decent time blink, too. So I think they do a good job of juggling their farm. And I think that's how it should be in the support role. I don't think it should be, I'm 5, you're 4. I think it's, if players and teams are amiable, like, oh, I happen to get a first blood double kill, and I'm the 5. Well, no, I'm buying ward. Like, I think you should be flexible to being, oh, I got a little bit more gold, so
yeah.
let me get some farm priority.
No, they scoop up that Enchantress immediately after the Chen ban. Both of these teams, I think, are like the only 2 teams, at least in NA, that have been playing Chen. I know SCA has been playing it off lane a bunch.
Yeah, I saw. There's some guy in NA pubs that spams Chen all the time. I actually think he's European, but he plays on NA servers. And I saw that whole thing where he's like constantly sending your creeps back in the off lane. Like you can do it at least twice, I think, before the creeps get there.
Yep.
And it's something good to do because you can't take over a creep for a minute. So what else do you have to do?
And damn, this is looking like a decent Tinker game, like you said. I mean,
yeah,
just the Sand King, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
I think was it Animal Planet or was Optic when they picked CC and C a Tinker, and they were against Bat Rider and Clockwork, and it worked out. Tinker just seems like a very strong hero right now.
Yeah, and they got no catch outside of Sand King, and it's a 4/5 Sand King, so pretty free Tinker game. You're gonna have to. This has to be a last pick for some of the Tinker. So I think Storm is really good. You have an Omni Knight on your team. They have basically a Fiend script to stop Storm, and that's not that reliable. Like Bane's not gonna get a blink very fast.
Ever. It's Kitrak. I don't think Kitrak gets farm, honestly.
I saw him get farm one game on a what was he playing? Undying. Like I don't know if you remember that game. He was like playing mid Undying. He was like helping out mid, and he just got like fucking 7 kills or something like that.
Damn, I actually don't think I do. I think the most farm I've seen is when he has a Lycan on his team and he gets like a Glimmer Cape.
There you go.
That's great. So yes,
I think Storm is probably the pick for complexity, but or some kind of. But Storm is just really good with their team, and it's really good against Tinker. So
we'll see. We haven't seen much Storm lately. I heard since the Kaya doesn't double buff you anymore, a lot of players just are like, oh, he's back to not being that good.
I think Storm's still pretty good, and obviously situational. I think this is maybe a situation where it could be good, but also Quap is not too bad. But again, they only have 1 stun on their team, so.
Yeah, man, neither team. I mean, you look at it. Sand King's actually the only stun, and like you said, Storm. Man, Trouf. That's why I was like, you know who I need for this series? Trouf. This dude gets it.
I just get it, man.
I do. So now, I mean, now that Storm is out, you said that's their best. I mean,
I think it's the best pick.
What's their second best pick now?
I don't know. Maybe you put PL mid, go like a Spectre. I don't know. Again, they only have 1 stun, and that's kind of an issue. But you can pick off Tinker with a Quap just because he can blink in your face.
Yeah,
so
maybe Quap. Stop him.
Yeah.
Did you watch? I don't know if you watched any of the Fnatic Grand Finals for this tournament when they won.
They were on late late night, weren't they?
Yeah, they were really late. The game 3 was the best one, so you probably didn't.
Yeah, no, I went to bed after 2, so.
Got that? Yeah.
It was late.
I mean, Envy picked Spectre, and they did Universe Beastmaster, and they just level 6. Ooh. They just ran over the map. He went Helm of the Dominator before Boots on Spectre, and it worked out.
Okay.
It was definitely. It was
There's
different.
a lot of really good build-up items for Spectre now, where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna rush my Radiance and be useless until then. But now you have Spirit Vessel. You can go the Helm of the Dominator. You can go a lot of different like build-up items. Actually, this game, if they did pick Spectre for some reason, like a Blade Mail would be super good for him. You can also get out of the cogs. Obviously, you hit them, but you can still get out of them. All right, Juggernaut.
And an instant pick.
Snap.
Oh
Whoa!
my.
All right.
Well,
they have literally one catch for Tinker, so if Tinker has a good game, it could be a little bit of an issue. But
is Brood not like? What if Brood does go the old Orchids build? Isn't that decent catch for Tinker since he can go in the trees unobstructed, or no?
Yeah, but he's gonna have to get,
lasered.
I think, a blink as well and a laser. I don't know. It's still kind of hard to really keep him down if the Tinker player is fast.
This is gonna be interesting. I think it's a really good Tinker game too. But I mean, complexity. I'm sure like of anyone, Kyle has to be the maddest they lost to like this team. They're like the first big loss, right? To like Animal Planet's first big win, really, and they got sent to the losers. So we'll see. I'm sure Cole has something to prove, but like you said, Bral could have a good Tinker game. I mean, do you like Animal Planet's draft more because of that?
I like the fact that Tinker is a really strong pick and they don't have really any counters to him. So I think that Tinker could go off. I think that for the same reason, I mean, the second picked Brewmaster, and with the Sand King being picked up first, they have like no answer to him really whatsoever in terms of stopping his ult from getting off. So that means Moon's gonna have a bit of an easier game as well. So you have two heroes on this team, two cores that are like basically gonna have a free game. So that's a little bit it's like that makes it that their draft is easier to execute now. If it's better draft, I don't know. Like obviously, Complexity have an idea with their draft. They usually do. They're usually more on the side of like, let's kind of group up and just push as 5. And that's kind of the same thing here.
Prepare for battle.
It'll be interesting to see how I mean, the last 3 Broods I've seen have lost. I think it was 2 from VGJ, Monkeys for who played to me. Like, I mean, as Brood, you get a lot of farm, you play well, but I don't know. That hero just seems like one of those heroes. It's like Dirge, you know. You're great in the early mid game, and then you're just you're not a game winner though. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, he's a lot different now, right? Like, it feels kind of better, but it feels shittier at the same time. It's like I don't have that invis, but I can freely move wherever I want.
Yeah, and the
so if you have someone that can catch you, you're really bad. And they do actually. They have sleep. They have, I guess, Claw can kind of catch him.
Yeah, he can at least get vision of him, so they know where he's going possibly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Now, so Z-Freak, the Enchantress. What do you want to get done as an Enchantress this game? Do you want to just harass the Tinker middle, or what do you want to do?
Ideally, that'd be great. Give Tinker a hard game. I'm assuming, is Limp going to be bottom? Yeah, Chessie put his... Yeah, Chessie, I think, is going to be
assume. I know some people do like the web middle to scare him, but it looks like he, with the shared tango, is just going to go middle.
Yeah, so I would like to put a harder game onto that Tinker. Because if Tinker gets a free game, it could be hard. Like, when this Brood gets level 5, especially, he's going to be farming out of control, and Tinker can't really... He has to kind of rely on March, but... Can't really like say, hey, please let your broodlings sit there while I farm them. Spin up on Ritsu. Doesn't get the bounty rune though.
No, just has to get out. So it's 3 runes. I still don't think runes are that big of a deal. People make
they're not.
100 gold, like 100 gold. If you play, have you played in a? I know, super casual. You're not casual. Have you played turbo mode at all?
I have actually. I love it.
Dude, I don't love it, but it's different. The fact you get 200 gold from the first bounty runes is I mean, that's actually important, but I don't know.
Turbo mode is super fun. I really enjoyed that.
Well, and instead of Z-Freak does run through middle, but it's going to be Chessie and Kyle, but it's a Moon Meander middle, not the Tinker. Tinker's going to be, what? When's the last time you've seen a Tinker in the offlane? It's been a bit.
This time. This is the only time.
I think this might be, and it's going to be Brile, Owie, and look at Z-Freak. He already has the enchant first. They're going to harass him down with just some right clicks. They do ton damage. Oh, that very well could have been a first blood if Owie caught him in it.
It's hard because, I mean, Clockwork's a fast hero, and even has boots, but I think Enchantress is the fastest hero in the game, right? 340 movement speed with no boots.
It's Enchanter Coddle, I know that. Now, Cogs from out, he's gonna harass out, and they realize that. Kyle's like, wait a minute, Brile, this guy, if he has a good game, we are in trouble, so they all rotate down bottom. We'll see if Animal Planet wants to do some rotations of their own, or they're just happy getting Brew a little bit of farm middle.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Maybe if they're able to stack for Brile, like, because it's weird. I know that this team is a team they played similar to the old DC with Abed. Like, they really just like to help out mid and AK Brile. Like, that's all they would do. You know, remember Bulba playing the Night Stalker and like literally tri-lane mid every single game. That's what kind of Brile for his team to work around him. So it's interesting to see him in this position.
Do you think this team for me feels real? They've already done better, but in their first couple games they were so great. I mean, you just get Bryle and Ritsu on paper, right? And you have two people who just want to farm a lot. And it seems like they're doing a better, like, I think Ritsu's done a better job than anyone.
Yeah.
He's actually rotated around.
I was just going to say the same thing. I think Ritsu's really kind of gotten out of that habit, and he's starting to move around a lot more. So.
Which that has to be hard. When you're used to, like, you're winning pubs, right? That's how you win pubs. You just farm, do all that. Now you have to actually play on a team. Oh, Bryle.
Yeah, you have to adjust your play, which means in pubs you're going to have to try to play that way too, to try to get used to
practice, it. Yeah. Now we see Bryle is getting worked. Not even level 2 at 2.5 minutes in here.
Yeah,
Owie
not
well.
good. Not good at all. This is what they needed, though. They needed to just kind of roam around and find the Tinker and have him have a bad start because, yeah, on paper, if he has a good start, there's no stopping him outside of a Blink Sand King stun. And it's a 5 Sand King, so.
Yep. This will be interesting. Limp's gonna get tons of farm, and I know Limp knows how to use farm. Some of those cores, you know, they know how to get farm, and they just don't really know what. But Moo top, gonna get level 2. Didn't show that he hadn't skilled it yet. Degen or Repel, just gonna repel himself up. Not get first blooded.
He's got a regen and Kitrek's level 2 right now. Could maybe do something to him now. It's on cooldown. But he's out of regen for the time being, so not getting too much up here outside of levels.
Oh man, the middle lane. I mean, this is it's pretty much a 1v1 lane after that first wave, and
Yeah.
I mean, Chessie's gonna free farm. Brew shouldn't like win the lane, but shouldn't do bad, right? Should be able to get some farm.
Right, yeah. I definitely give the favor to Brood after he gets level 5. He can start farming Ancients at the same time. His farm will get out of control.
Yeah, and he could. Oh, that's one thing you talk about stacking for Bryle. If Brood, pardon me, like somehow finds that could just be a ton of gold that Bryle loses, he gains.
Yeah. Oh god, that'd be really bad.
And man, this. Well, we talked about Bryle. I mean, God, he's sorry. He's just struggling bottom. I didn't realize how bad he was struggling.
Yeah, when you're struggling this much on... Yeah, I was just going to say, you have to level up March Machines and just go straight for the maxing that. Which sucks because you're against an Enchantress. Typically, getting that heavy nuke build just really dominates her, considering she has such low HP. And you kind of have to resort to magic damage to kill her. They're roaming around him again. They're stun up onto level 3 Sand King at level 4 minutes. That's pretty dang good. Running into some creeps, though, so... There we go. Bryle in the sticky spot, though. I think he's going to be dead.
Yeah, he is getting first blood here. Owie's here, Kitrek's here. Let's see if they can find someone. Z-Freak wouldn't be the best trade, but it still would be a trade. I don't even know if he's going to go down here. Nice stun by Kyle. They might go for more. Limp has no mana, but he is level 4 on that. Here comes Tinker, and Kyle dies. Owie's slowed down. Bryle's here. Z-Freak has a clarity on him. He should be able to TP in about 10 seconds here. And by 10, I mean 10 mana. And now Chessie gets kill on Moonmeander middle. I'm just going to keep my camera on here and just watch Z-Freak slowly die. And there he goes. But, man, solo kill middle. Brood Mother on Brewmaster.
It looks like Brood Master. I'm just going to start calling him Panda.
Yeah, me too. That sounds bad. I kept saying it. I'm like, I'm sure everyone's just going to complain.
Looks like Moon got a bunch of Broodlings before he died, though. It's like, he was sitting at like 5 less CS than Chessie, and he shot up. So even though he died, I think he got a lot of CS. So I don't think he's too upset about that.
They're
one.
exactly the same experience right now too. Moon actually even hitting level 6 quicker.
Yeah, I think was it you saying on stream that I listened to it? Like deaths don't really matter that much
10
early
minutes.
on.
No, I think Ice Frog nerfed him. So like it's 170 gold. Like what does that mean? 3 or 4 creeps. Middle lane though. This could be a big kill. Brew. Panda getting initiated on. He has level 6. He has it. Yep, he's going to wand, just do it to survive. We'll see. Maybe he can do something to Z-Freak. Almost could have stunned him under tower. Stuns Kyle instead. Throws up the healer. And Kyle just sits by him, taking all the heal. Are you okay with like using that to avoid a gank? Or do you think you need to use it aggressively?
I mean, obviously you'd prefer to use it aggressively, but...
Dude, he just got so much. You saw that, right? The
thing is, if he dies right there and they don't rotate, they just take this tower, which it looks like they're going to take it anyway. But at least maybe he can kind of slow it down. Maybe throw out a couple of Drunken Hazes and whatnot. But, oh, stun out from Kyle.
I forgot about that. Yeah, the Wind Panda with Dispel Magic just got him like 150 gold from the Broodlings. Instantly killed him.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
How's Ritsu? We haven't looked at much top. Ritsu, level 6.5. Moo, gonna be level 5 here. He has the Soul Ring, man. I just can't get over how good Soul Ring is on any strength hero now.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Do have an Omni Slash here. He actually doesn't have enough for Omni and the spin,
He's
though.
claritying up, though.
3 heroes here.
See what they do. There's Repel, and there's the Omni gonna come out, and they get the kill. Nicely done. Owie on a killing spree. Actually, look at this. The Dire scans, and Bryle saw it barely turned red, like right when it went off, and he might be in a pickle, though. And Owie's already up here, though. They saw. Nice scan, whoever it was.
They still know Tinker's here. We go TP from Bane, and this is now a bad spot for complexity. Oh, he actually canceled the TP. So
I think he knew he was gonna die. If he completed, Kyle would have just gone in on him, and you have a level 4 tanker. What's he gonna do?
Yeah.
And now they're just gonna take bottom tower instead. I like the rotations from the brothers. They go middle together, try to get a kill, maybe a tower instead. They'll just get bottom tower.
Well, this is the way they have to play this. Late game with Tinker, having farm is going to be way too hard. I know they have PL, which is really nice, and he's getting very, very good farm. So he's kind of like their late game, secure like backup. But
you do open up a little bit of space now, bottom though, right? As long as Brown knows how to control the wave, he'll always have a little bit of farm there.
yeah, as long as you get vision over there, make sure they don't have vision.
Yep.
But they just go straight to mid. This is the complexity special. They just love to train and kind of run down towers as 4 and 5. And it's gonna get worse when Omni gets like Omni, even though he's not farming like creep kills. And actually, even then, he's got 30 CS, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's killing
But he's getting all this extra gold from towers, which means he's gonna get like mech or he's actually going phase boots now to give himself more mobility. So
that's definitely
gonna help him
complexity.
in team plays.
Yeah, that's complexity's playstyle, right? Like, they're too like in games. They just want to get towers, and it gives everyone gold. That's the biggest thing about getting towers. Like, your supports get gold, your offlane gets gold, just everyone.
Yeah, and they keep going as 5 because they're like, okay, we just got all these towers. Why farm? We just got all this surge of gold. Let's use that surge of gold to our advantage right now. So they just kind of keep going and keep going. It becomes a slippery slope.
Look at this. They cut I love that. Z-Freak pulls the creeps off the tower, and then Chessie cuts the wave, so they can't even do anything bottom on the tower. Wait, who would have guessed? A Tinker Jug together 8 minutes in the offlane, trying to do anything. Top lane, they're going to get all 3 tier 1s before 10 minutes, uncontested.
I don't even know if you want to go for bot. Okay, I was just going to say, Barl had bottle queued up. I'm like, I don't think you want to do that. It's going to be too slow for bots, and he switches it to bots, so I like that a lot more.
Do you go rearm at 6 here? Because you have to farm the jungle?
I think you do because you have to move around so much, so at least you can refresh your TP.
See if he does it, and they're going to go for this bottom tower. Looks like they will get it after a little bit of a struggle here. Oh, nice. I like that. Making the siege creep drunk so he can't deny with it.
Nice.
That seems kind of weird. I've always wondered, they should change stuff for mechanical ability, because there's no way a mechanical unit could actually drink a brewski, right? I don't know. They should switch it up. Just like it takes less damage from physical. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But, you know, I mean, I was a beta tester in 2006. It's been a little bit. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Like Chessie's going to find Moonmander. Clap.
Ooh.
God,
Good farm.
It's so scary, though. Like, all those spiral... I feel bad for... You know, Kitrek's just like, Jesus Christ, please don't find me ever. Bryle top lane. Laser's going to be there. He's going to go forward, and nice use the doppelganger, and this is going to be a kill. Oh, I lied. Moonmander saves him. So doppelganger takes off laser, it looks like?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely does then. I just didn't know if that was like a known thing. Probably should.
Oh, owie. Monk S.
Oh,
As he
he's
can
the
maybe
one.
get away up. He's got those fast phase boots. Maybe adding a windlace to the mix, make yourself extra speedy. That'd be pretty nice.
Not too bad, yeah. And zero incapacitating bite. It's gonna be rough. Well, Chessie is getting farm, and that's what we see. I mean, just like when VGJ plays it, I mean, your Brood's gonna get farm. It's what he does after, what, like the 20-minute mark? Like, does he just feed 2 kills and become irrelevant, or does he keep farming?
That's the question with the Brood. Is like you were mentioning Monkeys, who is a very good Brood player as well, but sometimes his hero just falls off, and because you don't have that invis at times, and yeah, it's they can easily just buy dust before or whatever, but it still makes a difference. Like you're very, very susceptible. So one Fiend's Grip, he's dead. You can't go BKB because even then with Fiend's Grip, he's dead. It's very scary. And then if Moon gets some farm, Radiance is going to be annoying for their team as well. Also keep in mind, like when this Jug gets farmed, he starts like hitting towers. They have no counter to spin TP right now, nothing. So he can get out of that no matter what, unless they get a basher on the Brood.
And he is getting a reasonable amount of farm. Oh, yeah, well, there we go. Right when I was talking about, of course, I missed it. And we just see Chessie goes in on middle, Can't really do anything. Like, sleep is actually such a useless skill versus Brood.
Yeah.
The worst skill, maybe. Aggressively or defensively. That's how Limp is. I mean, they're 4K up with 3 towers. Complexity in a pretty good position. This is the biggest thing, right? These next 5 minutes, I think. If Limp just split pushes, takes a tier 2 top, I don't think Bryle can even get into this game. I think it's just going to be Cole steamrolling him.
Yeah, he has to get a blink on top of the bots, or he's just going to get mana burned. And he's not going to be able to rearm fast enough to TP, and even if he does, he's going to die before that. Moonmeander, taking a haste and grabbing some bounty runes. He's really close to his blink.
That's going to be a big one, because you know they want to take up like this. Enchantress, not like she does much in team fight. She does have Tread's Wand, actually. I mean, she's pretty tanky. A little bit of DPS. Ritsu's farming. But...
See, that's the thing. You think she's tanky, but she still only has 8, like, in Treads right now, she has 600 HP.
Yeah.
Like, she dies in one Omni Slash if she's not next to Creeped. She's super, super squishy, and especially when Tinker finally gets some levels, and, like, he's got nothing in Rocket right now. That is kind of a scary thing for him. Like, they're up 5k gold, but I would imagine, I don't know the button for experience. Do you know what the hotkey is to see the experience graph?
F7?
F7. Yeah. I imagine it's not nearly as bad as the gold lead.
It's
about
up
2,000.
there. Yeah, it's not as bad, but now this is the thing. Limp's just pretty much farming top and top jungle for free, pushing a tower. What happened?
Moon he just blinks and claps on the Brood, and he just gets like 17 CS. I don't know. There's a lot. 17.
No, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I just say, for me, I want to see his Tinker come online and make it a game, but I just think Limp's already too farmed. Aquila Wand, Treads, Diffusal, plus a tier 2 he's about to get. This dude is gigantic.
Yeah, he's big. They're gonna have AOE later, I think, to deal with him. Like, yeah, it's a big issue right now, but
you have the Panda, right, to take his illusions and the Broodlings. What if he just gets like, oh my, what if there's just one fight he kills every Broodling and Image? Oh.
I know he's gonna be rich,
Yeah,
and one fight like that's gonna surge him to this Radiant. I think Radiance is gonna be a big issue for Complexity if Animal Planet can get there. They just need to bide their time, which they can do, right? They have a Tinker on their team, so Tinker, Rocket spam, maybe a Brood ult or a Panda ulti to kill off one hero or something just to delay the push. I think the X factor is this Omni Knight. Omni Knight just makes every lineup that much stronger. He's only got one to repel right now, but he's gonna be a big issue, I think, later.
Yeah, he's gonna have a Yule soon, so a little more survivability. Wow, we see he does have boots of travel. Has his rearm up. He's gonna try to farm anything he can, but middle lane, Limp's oh, you know Limp wants to kill that healing ward so bad. But it falls on. Oh, in the back line, we're gonna have just Broodlings going in. Now they're gonna lance up Ritsu. He just spins out of the Diffusal, and a possible fight coming to fruition. 10 people middle, and off runs Ritsu. He's
See,
like,
this is the weird thing. I look at Ritsu's farm, I'm like, man, only a Yasha? But I'm like, wait, it's only 14 minutes.
Yeah.
It just seems so much further on because they're up 7k gold and they have all these towers down.
And I mean, you compare like PL's items to Jugs, and you're like, oh, he's really not farmed.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, Cole always plays this way. They love. I like the play. I think it's a smart play style. Yeah, I mean, you just take towers. I mean, taking towers is always a winning formula, right?
It can be risky though, because as we both talked about, Brood just kind of falls flat on his face with one death.
Yeah.
When you're up this far, you die, it stops all momentum. Like I said, they do have the PL, which you mentioned too. PL's really good, but I think for the same issue, like once this gets mid to late game, I think PL's really going to struggle to actually push with all this AoE that Animal Planet have.
Omni hits 10. He does go the Purification AoE instead of the gold per minute. I've seen him do it one other time as well. And I forgot why. I asked him, and I'll be honest, as a bad caster, I forgot what he said, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'd love to know why too.
Maybe I'll ask him again, because it was... No, it was
It
something
seems so
about it was some other hero he was against that made it easier to do. I assume it's just a hero thing. Moonmeander, though, gonna be in a lot of trouble. Uses a clap. He's not gonna have the mana. That Diffusal Blade is just gonna work Moonmeander, and that's definitely gonna slow down that Radiance. And that's an 8k lead at 16 minutes. That's 2k, no, 1k every 2 minutes, or 2k. I don't know. Whatever. It's something. There's numbers. And look at Z, even Z-Freak's farm. He almost has a full 4 staff, and he's been buying most of the support items here. And
yeah, that's really good against the clock, obviously.
and Sand King.
And have they been able to use a Fiend's Grip? I know Kitrek's like just hit level 6, but
He is not, no.
that's the problem is, even though they're kind of grouping up at the same time, they're not really leaving themselves open to these like Clockwork Hooks, Fiend Grips. So compLexity is playing this really nice. Again, it's smart play. It is risky. It could be very risky, but they're playing it very tight right now.
No, they're going for the early Roche here. Brood's gonna just run out though. They know the damage. Plus, always vision with the Clockwork. Risky. So when does Animal Planet think about like maybe 5-man pushing a lane themselves? Is there a certain time?
I think it's gonna be a long time, especially when you're down this far. I don't think pushing is really gonna be in the works for you. TP out from Moo. They can't find a hook shot or anything like that. There's a smoke now, so maybe that time is now. Maybe they smoke around Ritsu or something.
I love they know that they were all rotating up top because Kyle just solo pushes bottom. You have Zfrig, the 2 supports just pushing the 2 lanes they know people aren't at. Just smart calls from Kyle.
He's actually on his way towards a Blink Dagger. I'm surprised actually he's not even a little bit closer. Since you mentioned Zfrig's been by most of the wards, but that'll be a new step of aggression here for compLexity.
See Rocket get a scout out the Brood flies over him. The Spider.
Well, could be in some trouble. No.
Well, we do. Now we're just gonna watch a little bit of farming from both teams.
Maybe a lot of bit of farming. Is that only oh, here we go.
Oh, and the hook shot hits him. They do get the split. Oh, nobody pushes him up instead of away. They do get all of the
They need to keep vision so the Bane can ulti.
Yep, and
yeah,
there
they got
it is.
Nice.
They get that up, and it goes on to Kyle as well. He gets a nice spin up. There is an ulti from Kyle. They could pop the Shrine if they want. They're going to pop a Dust instead. Kyle's going to try to run away. Looks like he has about 3 seconds left on the rappel. Rockets flying in. Ewell's the Omni Knight. No, that was Panda, pardon me. He has his own Ewells, so if they really want, Ritsu's going to right claim down. He has a Ewells now, going to use it on himself. Zfrig trying to do damage. On the other side, Bryle's coming in.
Nice forward.
But asleep. And it looks like everyone's going to get out. Bryle needs to be careful. He does not get out. And now what a play by Kyle getting in there. And it's just going to be the 2 supports coming in and Moo. They get the kill on Bryle. Guardian Angel flies out. They trap in Kyle, but Moo's just going to run away. Are they going to go for Zfrig? Oh, this is not going to be a good fight for Animal Planet. Double stun and limps here. Full mana, full HP. Ritsu's going to go down. Moon Meander should go down. Oh, Zfrig misses his attack, though. Damn.
Oh, that would have been great for Animal Planet getting out, but Tinker gets caught there. Nice stun. Nice stun from Sand King, and that starts this whole chain of basically feed.
Yeah, I think Kyle had 3 2-people stuns that fight just alone. He definitely just carried on. They get a good pickoff, like you said, onto that Brood, but then they overcommit. And it's an Omni, right? The Omni, the X Factor, like, everyone is just like full HP at the end of that fight for him.
Yep, and his Ewells, it's buying time for him as well. It was just a... But again, it could have been just a clean 1-0, and then Tinker TP, I think, in vision, not quite in trees, so they had vision of him, Sand King stuns him, and that's what starts it all. So if he just gets a clean TP out there, none of that really happens. Or if he actually had a blink at like a better time, that also would have never happened. But that's just, you know,
Cold
happens when you're down 10k.
Yeah, Cole being up 10k, yeah, they can just pressure him, and now Kyle is going to have his Blink Dagger as well. And I don't know, I think one more fight, if this Tinker gets killed before, he does have his Blink at least, so can't stop that timing. Still, feels like Cole's not overextending anywhere. They're just farming up, getting that gigantic lead, and we'll see if they can ever actually push into the base against Tinker, though.
Yep, Tinker's really going to need an Ags, though. I'm wondering even if he goes Ags before Aether Lens, but I guess he just really wants to cast the spells from far away. He needs both, of course, but that's just so much farm to be had.
We'll see. What is the Brood? We saw he had the Desolator. He's going for the BKB next. Still could.
Which is the right. It's the right item choice for sure. But I mean, that was really well played by Kitrekk, and especially Owie. Like Owie knew he had to run around the other side to keep vision because of where Kitrekk was standing. So it was a really nice play by Owie.
That guy has won a TI before. Pretty good. Not much sense then, but. Well, no. NP, didn't they win a LAN? I could be wrong. Maybe.
Jeez, I don't know.
The only thing I really remember from Team NP was that the 3-game series against EG and Manila Masters, that like 120-minute game or whatever. That's about it. That team was forgettable, while being good though. So. Zfrig, they're smoked up. Enchantress level 12 now, level 2 Impetus.
Richie's going for the long game. He's going back for the Battle Fury, actually, after the Manta.
So why did he get Yasha or Manta first? Well, like he wants to dispel something, right? Or
it's another way to dispel the purge, I think.
Okay.
Without using spin, because using spin puts you in a kind of vulnerable position. You really like if you spin, you kind of want to TP. So if you TP, that means fight's over. You're not doing anything. So it just gives him another way to get out of that.
And look, this complexity is not going to give up any vision on the map. They TP 2 top to defend that tower. Lim continues farming. Goes Boots of Travel. Is going for the Manta next. Pretty standard.
I like the pipe pickup by Moo. Because to order to breach this, they need to make sure that these marches don't stop them.
Yeah.
And protecting their creep wave is very, very important.
Let's see. I'm still interested. Is there? I mean, they're getting their farm. They're 10k up. They've got. They haven't gotten that tier 2. I guess Radiant can still go for tier 2. We do see a grip coming up. They're gonna look for Sand King. He has the blink, but they do bring him down. Owie actually it's kill. He's mega kill on the backside. Moonmander's going in. He doesn't have mana for his ulti. Z-Freak might just TP out. And the ulti from Ritsu isn't enough. Bounces to the creeps. Oh, and that could have been a pretty big fight there, but instead they only lose Kyle. Limp was just farming the whole time top, pushing it in.
I don't think you can fault Ritsu for going for that kind of play either. I think they need to go for plays like that. So it was a nice idea, just got a little bit unlucky. But that's what I'm talking. Like the Fiend's grip is very, very strong this game. Very, very strong this game. If he can somehow, God, I know he's got like nowhere near, but if he could somehow get an Aether Lens, it'd be very, very strong.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting that. I'll be honest. He doesn't even have Tranquil Boots yet. Come on, Tralf. And Kitrek picked up 35-minute Tranquil Boots yesterday, so he's definitely.
I think he's actually having people buy him the book too, because I don't think he can afford it.
Yeah. That's right. Come on, Ritsu. I'd buy you a little bit of space, please. No. See Ritsu continue to farm.
All right, they got a charge as well on the Spear Vessel, which is very good against Omni, good against Enchantress as well. And then it's gonna stop Broodmother's heal, right? Like her lifesteal?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I don't want to say 100%, but I do believe. No.
Yeah, that's a super good, strong item this game.
And look at this. Just not even the March, the rocket spam. 4 rockets onto Z-Freak Chessie. Has to pop his heal. And now top lane, Ritsu really wants this tower. He's like, there's no more glyph, but he's gonna have to spin. He's gonna get TP out.
It's a couple of illusion gold, 5 gold, whoop-de-doo.
I think.
But this is what I'm talking about. It's like, even though it's 9k, it's not as bad as it looks in terms of the metrics. It's very hard to push into this lineup as we got a pause coming up. Complexity.
And Cole and Cole plays this like they play this style, right, where they need a win in the early game to win the game. Like they've played this for almost a year now, right? Like these types of drafts, and it's worked a lot. But
even in Han, that's exactly the way Swindlemelon's played. It's you group up together, get a team that team fights well, even though actually they don't really team fight that well outside of Omni, but you know, a team that fights well together. We take towers. We don't let that extra gold we got from towers go to waste. Like we put that into play right away. Like it's a smart line of thinking. The only problem is if you die once, you're giving up so much gold. And even that 1 kill onto the position 5 Sand King that got Fiend's Grip, that was like a 2k gold swing just like that. Stops your momentum. So again, I like this pipe pickup from Omni. I think that's the route they need to go. They need to, all right, we need to start thinking about ending this game soon, because yeah, we have this PL, but I don't know how scary PL is against all this AoE and like Drunken Haze.
And the Ags, right? That's
and the Ags, yeah.
Well, middle lane, could possibly Ritsu be in trouble. The March actually almost killed off the Dark Troll Summoner, but he gets the net off, just scares him a little bit. Middle, Chessie continues the farm as well. He's going for Phase Boots, so we don't know his next big item. Moonmander's cutting creeps all the way bottom. He has, oh please, okay. He had his Midas up for like 6 seconds there. He used it.
Tisk.
And about 1,000 away from the relic at least.
Really slow Radiance, like super slow. I mean, he's getting some Broodling kills, but yeah, obviously.
Was it easy win for the Midas?
The kill score is 7 to 5. Like nothing's really happening. It's like not really able to get kills from team fights, so he's got to rely solely on like neutral creeps.
Maybe that's why he did. I mean, Midas does cost a little bit of gold, and you're probably gonna have a slower radius with the Midas, but the item after the Radiance, right, is gonna be a lot quicker.
Yeah, I think Midas I think if you're playing against Complexity, Midas is fine on all 5 heroes. I really do. Like, as long as you have any kind of D push, like a Puck or Tinker in this case. March. I mean,
here
even
we go.
Rocket Flare is pretty decent.
Oh, I like they tried to rock to cancel the blink instead of like, yeah. It's a good try, but behind they find him. Brew, but doesn't look like they'll be able to bring him down. He just TP's out in middle lane. Because of that, they don't have the marches set up yet, and they are already taking down this tier 3 Limp, as well as Chessie doing it. We see a laser on the Chessie stop his damage, but I like that Kyle. Yeah, Kyle baited out a lot there. They didn't have the marches set up early. They were looking to get that kill bottom, and it just cost them about 1,000 HP on a tier 3. And a glyph, like you said.
Yeah, glyph is pretty strong. This is also a team that even if they just get one tier 3, that opens things up so well for them, because that means no shrines to TP2, which means you can take Roshan even easier. And again, it's not easy to take Roshan against the Clockwork with the Rocket and whatnot, but with shrines down, it makes it a lot easier. So just even getting one tier 3, like popping, safely popping pipe and just getting a little bit of damage here and there without glyph goes a huge way for this kind of team.
We see Tinker is going for the eggs after that Aether Lens. Gonna have it. I mean, he already has the point booster, which is lead up. Aui's actually gonna hook shot in. He's gonna push back Chessie, and that is gonna be a grip, and he's just dead. Oh, but a nice double stun from Kyle. Or is he in too deep? They pop the Dust Spirit Vessels on him. They should be able to just run him down. Laser. And the Spirit Vessel gets it. Aui is... What is Aui right now? 6-0. He's been involved in all 7 kills. Top lane, though.
He's got a blink at top lane, taking a little bit of damage, but not too much. But he's got a blink. This is a really nice item build from Aui. I've loved this. This is really good.
Well, can you explain to the plebs, aka me, why the blink's good?
Most people will get Blade Mail, but Blade Mail does nothing against this team. Like, he's just going to die. He doesn't have the stats to support that. So, first, the Spirit Vessel, for obvious reasons. There's tons of heal on their team. Gives him good stats. Gives him some movement speed as well. But the Blink just, like, sets him up into the perfect spot where he doesn't have to use Hook. So, like, he can blink in cogs, and that sets up a Fiend's Grip. It makes it so he can move exactly where he wants to.
Like like you said, he's using the cogs to push him back towards Kittrack instead of trapping him, because he could just run over it if he needed.
Yeah, exactly. And
I think Kittrack is now 3 for 3 on these grips. Like you said, I mean,
with
only Sand King. Yeah.
With only Sand King, yeah.
It's a rough one.
Might have even wanted to get... I mean, I guess they have the Yules on Omni. He can cancel it that way, but he's kind of playing a little bit further back. Maybe you go for a Yules as well on Enchantress. I'm not quite sure, but he's really not getting that much farm. So. Oh. Blink's done. Epi onto Tinker here in the bottom lane.
Oh, nice laser on Z-Freak, so don't have the damage probably to get him, and it is going to be like that. He does try to hold him down, but he does 4-step out. Spirit Vessel's here, so the heal doesn't do much. We see Kyle still going, but Moonmander, he's there as well. They're just going to run away. I don't know if Cole wants to give it. Maybe they do. Maybe they want to bring down Aui. That is a lot of gold if they kill him, but Moonmander is here. He was stuck in a tree. He's back now. Stun comes out there to let him die. And Ritsu will get a tier 1 top, but 500 gold for Moo there. Pretty good for a team that's up 6K.
Yeah, they did get a hefty bounty on that Brood before, but Aui just got a little bit too excited right there trying to get that kill on Enchantress. He's like, hell, he's healing, but I got the Spirit Vessel. He can't heal, haha. And then the Repel comes out. Yeah.
And now that's the last tier 2 as well. It took them a little bit to get it, but they get a tier 1 bottom. Now look at top. Top might take a little bit of damage. They're not setting anything up. Look at, they're just going to try to push both lanes, it looks like. Middle lane plus top lane getting smashed in. And this is going to be a lot of damage on this tower top. He doesn't have his Ags, and he's still 700 away.
So close. But this is the good timing. Like, they can just get one tower and then back off if they need to.
And they will. Tier 3 middle goes down. Moo. They're just gonna get out. That's Omni,
Yeah, they're not gonna fight. They're gonna take shrines. They're gonna wait for Roche, which is coming up in like what, 10 seconds or something like that.
Looks like 10 seconds, yeah.
And that's exactly what they wanted. So that dipped down to a 6K lead, which is dangerous against this Tinker spam, you know. But this is gonna go now. It goes back up to 8K. They're getting shrines and Roshan will be back to 10K, and they'll be in like a new surge of items and ready to fight. Orchid instead of the phase boots. Yeah, I thought that was weird that he'd go back for phase boots at 30 minutes, but he goes for the Orchid.
Instead, yeah. And there you go. Now you have maybe a little even better cancel on the grip if they need, since he has that unobstructed movement.
Yeah, only problem is he's probably 90% of the time the one being gripped, so. But yeah, it is still good.
Middle lane, they're setting up. Ritsu's kind of by himself. He has Manta, he has Spin. He has to be careful of that peer damage. Disjoints one of them. And they're going in, actually. Moonmander gets it. He has the Radiance. They're going to try to bring him down. We do see a stun on the backside, though. Looks like Chessie's going for Ritsu. He's manning up, and they're just going to kill off these Brews. ultis. We do see a grip coming out. Do they have enough damage to bring him down? Chessie's BKB doesn't take any damage. Ritsu goes down instead. Now Kittrek dies, and looks like all this farm they managed to occur is paying off. Chessie with that BKB takes 0 damage.
They must have been in 2 different wavelengths. I didn't see where Moon was going, but everyone else was trying to save Ritsu, and then they Fiend's Grip the BKB Brood. But I didn't see what was Panda doing.
Moon blinked in like where Kyle is right now, and he clapped 3 of them, and then he just split. Like, it wasn't a bad one, but with the rest of his team there, definitely might have been the wrong play.
Yeah,
not there.
2 different, completely different things going on. Now Jug, he doesn't even have Omni, so even if he buys back, nothing's really going to happen with that. I don't think you want to waste the buyback. You pray and see if rocket spam and Arch is enough. There actually is no backdoor protection right now for the time being. So that's nice for them.
1 creep slowly coming in. They get the laser off with the Ags. But he breaks it. You see that now, but there it is again. I mean, that's rearm Ags, and they're just going to pop the glyph. Ritsu alive in 15. No Pandol when he's alive. But that's a problem. Bryle has to go back and get mana eventually. And I think they're might be fine just giving this up. Maybe not. They're going to try to defend it, but not the biggest deal. Oh, never mind. Top lane. They might get 2 melee barracks. Chessie just BKB. Z-Freak gets it as well. That's 2 melees go down, and Bryle's trying to laser. Yule's up, and that's the end of that. 2 free melee barracks.
Yep, and they have Roshan waiting for them, too.
And that's yeah, I don't know. This PL now. I mean, even though he gets lasered, like, if they aim him, it's going to be tough to kill him. On agility, Treads, he's at 3.3 KHP.
Yeah, and the repel is going to be even more annoying too, so he can't even get lasered. So I think the Omni pick is actually the best pick for complexity. I think he's making everything a lot harder for them. Like, they have tons of ways to deal with everything else. BKB Brood, they can Fiend's Grip, but they can't. They just don't have enough damage through all the spells of Omni, Repel, GA, what have you. It's just too much to deal with.
Well, they think they're doing Roshan right now, so Dyer's gonna run in, but they see it doesn't break, so they have to know something's up. Now they're gonna scan, not hit anyone. They're so close to seeing anything, but they might just, complexity might just turn on them with all this knowledge they have. And look at Chessie.
It's in a good spot to break the smokes as well. And quickly run away if he needs to.
It looks like they're maybe baiting out Bryle top, but I don't think anything's gonna come of this.
Well, at the very least, complexity's not taking Roche right now, so.
Is true. And damn, there's Kyle. Kyle goes with the old Moo build, the drums plus Urn now. He just picked both of them up at once. He got so much gold from all those buildings being killed. And we see Dyer. And man, if they get caught out here, this could possibly just be the game. They lose Roche, lose all their heroes, but they are running away now.
Yeah, it's kind of a finicky spot to be in for both teams. Rocket spam is really nice, Kitten Vision. I wonder if there's a way that they can stop the Sand King from stunning and like grip the Omni first. I really think Omni is just the biggest problem for Animal Planet right now. Like, even if they grip somebody, do they have the damage to go through GA and heals and what have you? I don't think they do. Like, they don't even have a purge for GA if it comes out.
Well, they're going in another double stun by Kyle. Are they going to bring Ritsu down before spin? They don't, but he's still taking a ton of damage. That pure damage for Impetus. Ulti from Kyle. Not really going to hit on anyone except the Pandas. Everyone's still alive, surprisingly, and they're going to try to run. Limp's going in. He's got the heart. He's not scared. He even has another ulti over that Scotty. Kittrek brain saps up. We see Z-Freak here as well. Owie, the grips here. Are they going to push him back? No, Kyle with a nice stun to stop it. Guardian Angel comes out. The lasers are flying. Ritsu's just spinning. They want Chessie. Poor Bane is just running from BKB Chessie on the backside. Moonmander getting a lot of missed attacks. He's happy at least. And is there really going to be a 0 for 0 after all that? Looks like it. Is that a Z-Freak Shadowblade? Sure is. I like heard really, I'm like, who is that?
Really important stun there by Sand King. Like we said, outside of the Omni Knight, I guess they have a couple of ways now, the Yules and the Orchid, but outside of items, he's the only one to stop that ulti. And it was a clutch one. It was a really nice ulti from the Bane. Almost got the kill on PL, but yeah, that's going to be a canceling out of all these big spells, and that's also going to be a Roshan attempt. I say attempt because it looks like they're backing up, but they do have Omni Slash ready to go still for Ritsu at least. The Bane ulti is not the longest cool. I guess it's not the shortest either, 100 seconds, but it's coming up pretty soon actually, 40 seconds. Tinker buying some time for his team, going for the F-Blade.
you go, limps back in. Man, the PO's 25, I think, might be one of the most powerful ones. The crit on Illusion, but they're going in on the backline. They don't have an ultimate from Panda. Omnislash is hitting around on people. Chessie BKB is up again. They bring down Moonmander, they bring down Aoi. They're going to chase down KidTrek or Ritsu, or both. It really looks like both. Chicken's coming in. It's going to try to give his pure damage. Goes for the chicken kill. They kill KidTrek. See you later, Ritsu.
Did he not have Panda split or no mana? Or
he didn't have it up. Yeah, it just came up like 5 seconds ago.
Damn.
And that hurts him. Now Roshan comes limp. Level 24 getting close to the 25 talent.
That might just be game. They don't have buybacks on either Jug or the Panda. And I don't think Tinker can spam this enough with Pipe out and ready to go on the Omni Knight in 20 seconds.
And it's a double siege unit wave, so the Tinker doesn't even do too much. Well, oh wait, the creeps! The creeps pulled the siege units away. It doesn't matter, they can just run it through middle, but I was looking bottom. Oh well, those siege units will have fun. Now there's gonna run in. We have a Shiva's on. I mean, they just have too many items. I think.
Zeefreak's run into the base to buy some mangoes and clarities for himself. Nice.
Now he's gonna throw out the heal. Brow's gonna try to damage him up, but good luck. Bottom, their last glyph being used. Ritsu alive in 20 seconds. Looks like Cole will at least be able to take down this tower and melee racks. We'll see what else they want.
Has Pipe on move.
Yep. Oh, Grip comes down on Kyle, but doesn't matter. Yules comes up, and there it is. Oh my goodness. Aoi gets burned down so quickly. We see Kyle in the backlines going in, and I don't think it matters. The Mega Creeps are coming. They're just trying to make this game look a little bit less one-sided than it was, but Cole kind of ran over him this game, it looks like. And Zeefreak
just too early of a lead. And that last fight, the damage from Chessie, he just picked up his Bloodthorn, and you could tell, because he just destroyed them so fast.
Laser doesn't do too much for his Bloodthorn, yeah. There it is. Damn. Was there... We talked about... I mean, Animal Planet was... When do you think Animal Planet stopped being in it? Was it that last fight near Roche, or the fight before that top?
No, the fight before that. They were actually totally in it, but Ritsu got caught, and then half of his team was on Let's Save Ritsu, and then Moon was on a completely different wavelength.
Middle fight, gotcha, yeah.
Whoever was right, I don't know, because I didn't really see both things, but they were just on two totally different, like, they had two different agendas.
Yeah.
The Moon, it sounded like he had a pretty good initiation, but from Ritsu's standpoint, looking at where he was in a really bad spot. He was in full flight mode, so they were trying to save him. And they had the Fiend's Grip was expanded to try to also save him, but they were trying to do damage to a BKB Brood, and it just, yeah. So that was the fight, I think, that really turned things around back into complexity's favor. I think Animal Planet was that, even though the metrics didn't seem like it, I think they were totally in that game up to that point.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, you see their farm, even the Ritsu 0-3, not the best looking stat line, but still decent farm. But unfortunately, for them, they go down in coal. I mean, they got the exact draft it looks like they wanted. They played it right, like you said. Moo, once he got like even just 1 or 2 items, it just felt like a totally new game.
Yeah.
And then let's see. I always love looking at support items. Who actually did buy everything? It ended up being Kyle. The early wards got picked up by Zeefreak, but after that, whatever. Just give Zeefreak a Shadow Blade for all that. And damn, KidTrek by so many centuries. Even yesterday. I don't know.
Yes, he bought the one Rage Ward. That's the ward that cores always buy. Like, I died. It must be because I don't have wards. Man, I'm gonna buy a ward. And see it all the time. And he got it.
He got it, and guess what? They won. He only had 2 deaths, so it must have worked out.
Because he bought that ward, man. He had that vision. He's like, they have vision here. Nah, I'm gonna buy my ward.
So what do you want to see from Animal Planet? Do you want them to, next game, do you want them to maybe disrupt Complexity's playstyle more, or are you okay with what they did this game? They just have to do it better.
I've seen this a number of times from Animal Planet where their draft looks fine, but their lanes are just atrocious. Like, what was that? Like, Tinker had no way into that game. Yeah. I mean, obviously he was buying time, but it was so late. Like, if he had a good game, it could have been completely different. Imagine him busting out those, like, Ags, lasers, and whatnot at, like, 10 minutes before he did. It would have been a totally different game.
Yeah.
So they just need to lane better. They need to find out who needs farm priority. It doesn't necessarily need to be Bryle. It could be anybody. They just need to find out who needs the farm priority and make sure they get that farm.
Yeah, because, I mean, offlane, like we said, offlane Tinker hasn't been seen much, and now we see why pretty often. We do need to take a quick break before game number 2. Gonna get in the lobby. Should be nice and quick, so we'll be back, and, well, hopefully soon.